Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. The Pelicans season has come to an end. The final game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Feel like this season had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of injuries, things of that nature, and the season has finally come to an end. The last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves as the Pels lose versus the Timberwolves 132 to 126. I really enjoyed watching this game, though. Obviously, no core players playing, but I enjoyed watching the young guys continue to grow, continue to develop. And I like what I saw from these young guys, man. These young guys, they really have a promising future. I think Joe Dumars has drafted really well thus far with these young guys. And I feel like we got something to look forward to as Pelicans fans. It's going to be a lot of question marks this offseason, like I said before. But overall, I like what I'm seeing from these young guys. And I think they're going to only continue to get better. Now, the Pelicans lose against the Timberwolves. Now, the thing that I noticed also about this game is kind of what I've been saying about depth and shooting. Now, none of the Timberwolves core guys played as well, but they really played well. Every guy that they brought in during the game can shoot the tray ball. They can defend. They play hard. And this is what I continue to say about the Pelicans. We definitely have to try to build more depth with guys that can shoot the tray ball and space the floor. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But at the same time, that's what I feel we need to do if we're going to be competitive in the NBA and make the postseason. Now, the turning point of this game for me, I would say, was second chance points and closing out on the three-point line. The Pelicans allowed a lot of second chance points by the Timberwolves, and also they did not close out on the three-point line. And every time they did not close on the three-point line, the Timberwolves definitely made them pay by knocking down that tray ball, and that really hurt us in this game. Top performers in this one, got to go with my boy once again, Jeremiah Fears, 36 points and 10 rebounds for Jeremiah Fears. Now, Jeremiah Fears in this game became the first rookie to score 30-plus points in 3 games in franchise history, which is a huge accomplishment for this young man, Jeremiah Fears, in his rookie season, first season in the pros. And I feel like this kid is only going to get better. He's going to get stronger. He's going to work on his jump shot, and he's only going to get better. Also, Derek Queen, huge game for Derek Queen, 30 points, 22 rebounds, and Derek became the first rookie in franchise history to record a 20-plus point game and also a 20-plus rebound game in franchise history as a rookie. 2 huge accomplishments by these young rookies. As I continue to say, these young rookies are going to be superstars. I feel like Joe Dumars, in my opinion, gets an A+ so far with his drafting this past offseason. Now, I'm going to be honest, I still wish we would have had that first-round pick that we traded away. But looking at Derek Queen, I think this kid is going to be something special. I definitely feel like he's going to have to add a jump shot to his game. As we saw this year, Derek did not shoot the ball really well, but played really well inside. And he's going to continue to get better. Also, Micah Peavy, another one of our rookies. I feel like this was also a good selection by Joe Dumars. And I hadn't really spoke about Micah too much, because Micah hadn't really been playing. and putting up that many points. But in these last two games, Micah has been scoring 20 plus points. The last game, I think he had 20 points. And I feel like Micah Peavy kind of reminds me a little bit of a Josh Hart, Sadiq Bey type of player. Like he's just strong, he's athletic, he guards well, he plays physical on the defensive end. And I feel like once he adds that 3-point shot to his game, the ceiling is very high for Michael Peavy as well. He's gonna be a tough player in the NBA. And I feel like all of these guys are gonna attack the offseason really well and work on the things that they need to work on to get better and maximize their potential. And I feel like we looking good as far as the young players go. Now, my end of season thoughts. I feel like it was a real up and down season. I feel like injuries played a major part in this season. The coaching change definitely played a major part in this season. Um, I feel like we definitely have to figure out what are we gonna do about these core guys that we have. I feel like we might have to trade one of our core guys. I'm not sure who that guy may be. I mean, you look at a guy like DeJounte Murray with the emergence of Jeremiah Fears. Even though DeJounte played really well coming back off that Achilles injury, I feel like it might be time for the Pelicans to possibly hand the keys to a guy like Jeremiah Fears. He's shown that he's continuing to grow, he's continuing to get better. And like I said earlier, 3 straight games with 30 plus points says a lot about this young kid. And it might be time to hand the keys to this young kid and let him be one of the cornerstones of this franchise. So, I mean, you're looking at a guy like DeJounte Murray coming off a severe injury like a torn Achilles. Even though DeJounte played really well in his return, it might be time to possibly maybe move on from DeJounte Murray and allow Jeremiah Fears to get the keys to the offense going into next season. You look at a guy like Herb Jones. As I said before, Herb is not really an offensive guy. He plays well defensively, but being that we need offense and shooting, we might have to look at moving on from a guy like Herb Jones. The Jordan Poole situation is still in the air. Also, Zion Williamson. It was reported this week that the Pelicans and Zion Williamson had been discussing a possible extension on his contract, possibly a 2 to 3 year deal from somewhere around 60 to $105 million. Um, and that's kind of like a mixed feeling between fans because some people feel like we've already given Zion a chance to prove what he can do on that previous extension. And some people feel like we need to keep Zion, hang on to him, and he's still the cornerstone of the franchise. We might just need to put him around some shooters, and things are gonna look up and get better for us. So, a lot of question marks going into the season. But as I continue to say, Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver, I feel like so far they've shown that they have a good eye for talent, and they've drafted really well so far. But I feel like the direction of the franchise is going to be the huge decision to make this offseason. Do we want to retool or do we want to rebuild? So I feel like, those are going to be some things that we're going to have to focus on going into the offseason. But overall, I feel like the Pelicans definitely have a bright future ahead. I feel like all the fans are ready for us to finally get into the postseason and become a contender, become a winner. So we'll look to see what happens going forward. But that's it for me, guys. I'll continue to drop videos throughout the off season. So make sure y'all turn on y'all notifications and check out the channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel as well. The all new Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Go Pels, like always. gonna be an interesting off season. Like I said, I'll be dropping some videos, keeping you guys updated as I continue to follow the team throughout the off season. Because I'm definitely gonna be following the team because I'm really, really interested to see what approach this front office is gonna take to make this team better. Um, Obviously, the coaching decision is still in the air, so yeah, man, I'll be following and seeing what's going on. But y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and I'm out.